Welcome back, y'all, to Kentucky Fried Fun,
where we're working together towards debt freedom and a strong financial life together. All right, so as you may know, we are working through our debt journey, and a big part of that is the budget. Now, we've talked about budget. We may have even mentioned it a little bit, but we haven't explained why a budget. And a budget is oftentimes a bad word in a lot of people's mind, but truthfully, it's the guiding light, it's your roadmap, it's the thing that keeps you on task. So basically what we do is called a zero-based budget. We'll get into a second what that is, but it's basically telling exactly where you want your money to go. Because if you don't have a budget and you're trying to do this debt freedom journey without it, one, what are you doing? And two, you're gonna have problems because the money will just go places. If you don't tell it where to go every month on paper, and stick to it, it's just going to seep out. Whether it's restaurants or shopping at Target or whatever your thing is, that's where it's going to go. So stay tuned and we'll talk about how this zero-based budget works. All right, guys, so here we have it. I've already got it written out for us to save us some time. We have our March zero-based budget. Now, the way that we get paid is a little different than like every 2 a month. So we get paid the middle of the month and then again in the middle of the month. So the way that we structure our debt payoff is actually middle of February to middle of March for our March budget, but it'll work the same either way, whenever you start it. Concept is the same. With a zero-based budget, you may know you start with your income. So between my income, our Airbnb, Uber and Lyft, our expected cost that we had for some eBay sales, all totaled this month is $5,531 estimated income. Now, we may have a little more overtime, so it might be a little different. So that's why we have our actual columns. So with that, you lay out your income at the top. And now we're going to lay out all of our expenses. Now, these expenses are at least generally correct. There may be some variance just to keep it somewhat general. But for mortgage, including taxes and insurance, is $940 a month estimate. And our car gas, we allow for $240, especially since I'm doing some Uber and Lyft driving. We have our groceries, $180. Our Duke energy bill, which is basically our heat and electric, is $110. That may be more or less for you guys. We do have our Airbnb, so we got to keep it at least to a certain reasonable level than maybe we would normally have. Then I have our Geico car insurance, which we pay currently on a 4-payment system. Next time we update our insurance, we're probably going to go to the bi-yearly payment just to save a couple bucks. Next is our eat out budget. Now this included for the next 3.5 weeks, well, technically 4 weeks, we did $80, which is a little higher than normal because we had my mom's birthday we went to, so that was included in there. We have our cell phone bill, which is Ting, by the way, amazing. We're not sponsored by them, but would love to be. Ting.com. If you don't have a cell phone, or if you have a cell phone and you don't like the payment, check them out. Super great service, very low cost. Next is our Spectrum Internet, which they did just up us on price because we got out of a special like discount period, so we're now $10 higher, which I was not happy about, but you know, again, roadblocks during your debt payoff, but we're at $55. Then we have our trash. We don't have a water bill this month because, again, it's on a quarterly basis. And then our sanitation. And also, of course, gotta have Netflix, which we both love and binge on often. So at the end, we have, again, our total income for the month, $5,531. And our total expenses estimated in our estimate column is $1,817, which gives us a total expected debt payoff amount of at least $3,714. Now, again, these are just estimates, so there may be actual better numbers or worse numbers, for that matter, when the month ends, but at least we'll know on paper what's happening, like we said. So at the very bottom, we have a neat little section. We actually got this idea from another YouTuber. I'll attach her in the description. I can't remember her name at the moment, but she was really cool. She laid out her debts, what they were at the start. Of course, we only have the one debt, so it's a little bit less, but we have our debt, which is our vehicle, which was our start-off payment when we started this journey, was $10,888. Granted, the car did cost closer to $12.5, but we had already been doing it the wrong way for a bit before we started this program. That's what we've paid off so far officially, and then remaining we have $96.14. Now, stay tuned. We are going to be doing a chain cutting to show what we actually have remaining for this month. All right, so like many people on YouTube have talked about, Also, Dave Ramsey always mentions about when you're getting out of your debt journey, you'll have roadblocks or speed bumps along the way, and we were no exception. You want to tell them what started happening?
Yeah, we were driving the car, and it started out really low. There's this noise, and it didn't really seem to be any big deal. But all of a sudden it got really loud. Like it sounded like something with a muffler, like, you know, like the muffler was wrong or something.
Yeah, and basically our car is pretty new, at least new to us, and we were like, this is concerning, and neither of us are car people. So we took it in the shop, and we found out that it was several things. It was the wheel bearing, which caused a lot of grinding sounds. It was the camshaft sensor, which who knew what that was? I don't even still know. And the muffler had holes in it. Some of the piping was bad. So long story short, mid-debt journey, we had a lovely $700 car repair. And that was a big speed bump. It was discouraging, but like we talked about in our last video, we had an emergency fund saved, and we were able to get that paid for without really any struggle or any worry, apart from just having to go to the shop and sit there for several hours. So that was our speed bump. But apart from that, we're doing good, and we're back on track. All right, guys, we're here again, wrapped in our chains of debt. We got a lot to cut, so let's get started. $7,900, gone. $7,800, gone. $7,700, whoop, gone. $2,100, gone. $2,000, gone. $1,900, gone. That's right, guys. We are currently sitting at $1,800 as our new total debt payoff amount. Not far to go. We'll be there soon.
Alright, y'all, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button.
And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that little bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos.
Again, we are Kentucky Fried Fun, and have a blessed day.